Here we go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show, and we're doing these rankings all week long. We're talking wide receiver rankings for redraft because it's awesome. We got to understand where these guys fit in right now before training camp. This is fluid. Like I've been saying in all these videos, these will likely change to some degree, but I feel very comfortable where I sit today on these values to potential return on investment to ADP where you can snag them. Let's start off number one, CeeDee Lamb, my dude. I've always loved some CeeDee Lamb. Coming from the Sooners, loved his game, and he showcased the fact that he is one of the elite talented wide receivers in this league. 335.7 half PPR points last year, 1,700 plus yards, 12 TDs, 135 receptions. He was a dog. And what are we to suggest that it's not going to happen once again this season? What else did they add? The Dallas Cowboys are basically broke. They had no money to spend in free agency. They lost Michael Gallup. Yes, Jalen Tolbert, I'm a fan of as well. I think he could be a very good secondary, third wide receiver in an offense. Is he ever going to take the bread out of CeeDee's mouth? No. They didn't add a running back outside of Zeke Elliott, Rico Dwaddle. I mean, Dak Prescott understands. It was 180 targets, if I'm not mistaken, going to CeeDee Lamb the side last year. He is 24 years of age. He's looking for that massive payday. He's going to have another stellar season because if the Cowboys can't pay it, he's going to cash in on the open market. CeeDee Lamb, absolutely number one this year. Based on dynamic, based on the team need and situation, he should absolutely kill it once again. And let it be said alone anyway, 165 is going to be in targets is going to be, I think, the floor for CeeDee Lamb this year. So he's definitely going to see a lot of targets once again this season. Number two, Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins. Okay, he's, he said after this contract early on when he joined the Dolphins, he was planning to retire. He's got like 12,000 kids, so I think he's going to play a little bit longer than we had anticipated. He's number two. He wanted to do the 2,000-yard season last year, dealt with some injury as it did happen, still got 81% on the boom rate, 316 points. Tyreek Hill, week in, week out, is a boomer, man, and we know this. He's superstar in this league. He's going to continue. Tua can feed him the football, and he can take off and make touchdowns. 119 receptions, 1799, and 13 touchdowns. Abso-freaking-lutely, you can say Tyreek could be the number one wide receiver again this year as well, and I would not hate it, but I got CeeDee and Tyreek 1 and 2. Little bit of a shocker, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions, as my number 3. I mean, the stat line alone is absolutely insanity because Amon-Ra does nothing but produce 93.8% on the boom rate per clip. He is unreal, and he continues to boom for your team every single week. 119 receptions, 15, and 10 TDs for Amon-Ra, and this Detroit Lions team was, one game away from reaching the Super Bowl? What is suggesting they're going to be worse this year, man? If J-Mo can be that guy, and I'm going to promote this quite a bit, if J-Mo can come and be the dude that we think he can be, man, this field is just going to open up for Amon-Ra St. Brown that much more. We know they got to already contend with a Sam Laporta. We know the run game is extremely solid. Jared Goff just doesn't have to screw up the games. Find the open man. Amon-Ra is open a lot, and he will continue. 93%, man. He was rivaling CMC, who had 100% in boom rate. How can you go wrong with this, man? He is going to be booming off the chain once again. PPR upside is always good. Amon-Ra St. Brown, definitely number 3 for me. Ja'Marr Chase takes a little bit of a hiccup for me at number 4. Still love me some Chase. Still think he's one of the best in the business. The Joey B thing does scare me. So I could even suggest dropping Ja'Marr down a little bit. He's one to watch for my later rankings before we get into the regular season. Ja'Marr Chase and Joey B and T. Higgins, it's a situation definitely worth watching and, not overvaluing. And I think that's my biggest problem right now. While Chase can do it on his own, he did it with lesser quarterbacks, 100 receptions, 1,200 plus yards, 7 TDs, only 50% on the boom rate. So it is one of those situations. You got to take it with a grain of salt. He gave you a lot of heavy booming contests, and then he gave you some stinkers down the line. So that's one of those situations you got to watch out. If Joey B is healthy, then all my arguments are moot anyway. But I still got Ja'Marr Chase at number 4 because by himself, wide receivers can take over contests, and he definitely is one of those guys as well. Number 5, Garrett Wilson. man, if Aaron Rodgers can be, like I said, 85% of what he was in the past, sign me up all day long for career numbers for a Garrett Wilson. He should absolutely, surpass 100 receptions, absolutely surpass 1,200 yards, absolutely surpass 10 TDs, and he's going to finish as a top 5 wide receiver. Garrett Wilson with a healthy Aaron Rodgers, a good run game from a Breece Hall, a defense that is still very strong. Sign me up all day long for Garrett Wilson at number 5, 23 years of age, just scratching the surface, as he is going to be rivaling all the top dogs in the NFL. Garrett Wilson is the legit real deal, and he was always giving it, man. 100% effort on that field last year. With an Aaron Rodgers, you're going to see, man, the fireworks just absolutely explode if Aaron is still, somewhat Aaron and Rodgers-esque. I'm just going to keep caveating that 110%. Number 6, JJ, Justin Jefferson. It feels dirty. It feels wrong. I want to put JJ back at number 1. I just can't do it at this point. I mean, you got Sam Darnold. You got JJ McCarthy. So while I'm kind of being hypocritical in my, evaluation saying a wide receiver of this caliber can uplift a quarterback, 110%. Am I, sleeping on JJ a little bit because of the quarterback situation? I might be, but I'm okay doing it because I'd rather take the surer things. Nothing in fantasy sure anyway. But I would rather take the more sure prospect or talent in this situation because I'm not a Sam Darnold guy. I don't want to say I'm not a J.J. McCarthy guy, but what are we really expecting out of year 1? Is he even going to be the starter? Right now we know Sam Darnold is going to be the starting quarterback. Yes, I know they did it with a revolving door last year. Yes, we understand J.J. was injured last year, did, curtail his numbers. The stat lines from last year does not impact my ranking for him this season because it is the best wide receiver in the NFL, and JJ is that guy. We know this. But based on team dynamic, based on situation, Aaron Jones now in the backfield, do they plan to utilize the PPR game from the backfield a little bit more? Jordan Addison's still there. Okay, TJ Hawkinson, who knows how he's going to come back from his ACL injury. So targets should still be there. Just can these quarterbacks get him the football? A little bit more risk for me on JJ this year until we understand how good, couldn't Sam Darnold, bring back some magic? Maybe. Is JJ McCarthy going to be that dude? We will see. So this is one of these fluid situations. I can expect, if it is good in training camp and preseason, JJ will lift right back up my board. But as we said today, number 6, absolutely fair and clean, man. Number 7, A.J. Brown, grown-ass man. And again, what else can you say? 106, 1,500 yards, 8 TDs. That's kind of, the floor to ceiling for an A.J. Brown, and I fully expect it once again. The dude is ripped, man. He just went in that gym. He's such a gym rat. He just looks absolutely stellar physique-wise, and he's going to wreck people once again. He is one of the dudes in the NFL that it's like the T.O. situation. You just know he's going to put up massive numbers, and it's just disrespectful to put him down here at number 7 every single year, even though he did finish as the wide receiver 7. I think it's the safest spot for him, and I'm okay with it. I think even if you pass on your wide receivers early and AJ falls to you at the early second round, which he never does anyway, I think it's an absolute smash. He is a wide receiver. One's going to give you those numbers, 70% on the boom rate. He is one of these dudes we can absolutely trust every single season at this point with Jalen Hurts and this Philadelphia Eagles offense. Number 8, man, Puka Nacua. He is taking over the Cooper Kupp. Is he, though? I mean, we have to do it at this point. It's still one of those situations. He proved it, 1,400 yards, rookie record when it came, 1,400 yards, 105 receptions, 64% on the boom rate. He proved it, man. Broke rookie records for most receiving yards as a rookie wide receiver, and I mean, he is only 22 years of age, and they said he kind of cut a little bit of weight, looks exactly like Cooper Kupp out there, so we'll see. Is it going to be a 1-2 punch? Is Cooper Kupp done? I don't think he is. I think he dealt with a little bit of injury. I foresee a bounce back coming from a Cooper Kupp as well. Great value coming from him, so wink, wink, I might do a show on Cooper later on. But I mean, Puka definitely proved the fact that he can be relied upon. He's got the ability, he's got the skills, and he got the trust of a Matthew Stafford. Number 8 for me for the number 4 ranked wide receiver from last year. Absolutely great value at this point. You can pick him anywhere from 6 to 8, and I think you're laughing all the way to the bank. Number 9, a Mike Evans. Okay, I faded him last year, and I told y'all I can admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong because Bake Show absolutely showcased the fact that he can support the talent of a Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and a Rachaad White and company. I think it's going to be absolutely a similar situation this year. Mike Evans had one of his best statistical seasons as a pro, if you can believe it. 79 receptions, 1255, and 13 TDs. He was killing it week in, week out. Big Mike is absolutely that dude we can trust. He is creeping down lower under the 70% boom threshold, which isn't great for Mike Evans. We like to see him over that 70 because he is that good. 243 points is nothing to sneeze at and could legitimately be your wide receiver 2 if you pick in round 1 and 2 wide receivers. Mike Evans, do not fade it because I did the mistake last year. I will not do it this year. He's absolutely going to put up these numbers once again, barring health, obviously. Of course, man. Number 10, Chris Olave, CO2. Okay, this is one of these situations. I can easily drop him down, but I believe too much in CO2, in his ability, in what he can do on the field. His only problem, he doesn't score enough touchdowns. Give him 5 more, Derek Carr, and we will see Chris Olave flirt with above top 10 numbers, 87 for 1123 and 5 TDs. Give him 8 TDs, and we see it in the top 10. Chris Olave was a wide receiver 19 last year, and it's just based on touchdown upside. And I understand you guys want to drop him down your board. I understand completely. As we sit today, I'm believing the maturity level in Olave is going to continue to increase, going to continue to rise. We will see what happens with Derek Carr. Is Spencer Rattler going to, gnaw at his opportunity on the ankles of a Derek Carr to get playing time? We will see. But I do love me some Chris Olave, and he just puts up numbers for you basically week in, week out, almost 70% on the boom, 68.8. I do love me some Olave. So I'm maybe it's a little biased on that one, I'm going to say, but I do think he's going to repay us. I mean, 19 at last year's rank, too low, and I think he's definitely going to improve that from last year. Brandon Aiyuk, number 11, and this is one I think everyone's going to, bite me on, and I get it. I'm an Aiyuk supporter. I'm an Aiyuk fan. 75 for 1342 and 7 TDs. He's improved his route tree to be one of the better ones in this league at this point. You love what he's doing. I'm a big Aiyuk supporter at this point. But the situation, man, he wants his money. He wants his contract. They paid Debo. They paid CMC. They're going to have to pay Brock Purdy soon. Do they want to invest in an Aiyuk? He's been very vocal this offseason suggesting he wants a trade. He doesn't. The 49ers don't want him. If he doesn't want to be wanted there, he wants to leave. Like, these are the types of situations. It was the Stephon Diggs situation with the Bills. I mean, let's not get this twisted. This stuff does impact the guy's performance on the field. Will this impact Brandon Aiyuk this year? We'll see, and that's kind of where I'm going with the number 11. I absolutely can lift an Aiyuk to number 9 and be completely fine with it, and I know a lot of you guys have him there as well. If he gets traded to another club, is the true wide receiver 1, how's that going to bode? Because you do realize George Kittle, CMC, and Debo do pull a lot of coverage from this man's side. Can he do it alone? That is still a question I do have on an Aiyuk, but with these 49ers, he's still going to give you anywhere from 1,100 to 1,300 yards, give you the TD upside. So Aiyuk, for me, absolutely safe pick overall. I'm just dropping him down based on offseason issues right now. He should absolutely raise up my board as we get closer into the offseason. Number 12, Davante Adams. He is seeing a haircut. 31 years of age, 47% on the boom rate. Just did a draft guide profile on him as well. It's all about quarterback situation for me. Who's going to, promote this? I mean, Luke Getsty is the offensive coordinator. I do not like it whatsoever. I still love me some Davante. Wish he had a better quarterback. We'll see what a Minshew can do. Aiden O'Connell, I'm not a supporter. I don't think it's quite there yet. What is Davante going to be this season? I think the value's too high. Where they got him ranked right now in the consensus ADP, right now I think I'm being still a little bit generous. At number 12, because of name cachet, he could absolutely fall down my board a little bit more, but I think 12's relatively fair for one of the best still in the NFL at his position. Number 13, Marvin Harrison Jr., rookie wide receiver, dynamo, potential elite prospect talent with a Kyler Murray. Here's the thing. How many wide receivers have cracked 1,000 yards in the NFL as a rookie? I think it's like 5. So you got to be careful, man, because a lot of things can go sideways in Arizona. The value, I believe ADP rank has him at 10 at this point. I'm a little bit lower. It's 3 spots. It's not a great deal lower. We know what Marvin can probably be in this league. We know that Kyler can likely get him the football. We saw what he was able to do with a DeAndre Hopkins. Everyone's thinking it's going to be recreated. Can he do a Puka and get 1,400? Absolutely he can. He is that good. Is he going to do it? That is my question mark. Yes, the Cards should still be playing from behind quite a bit, so we could see a lot of garbage productivity from Marvin Harrison this year. So absolutely, I understand the 10th overall. I'm just dropping him number 13 because I got other guys I would like to pick ahead of him at this point until the Cardinals just get a little bit better, that much better on the offensive side of the football. Number 14, DJ Moore. Faded him last year, even though I did have, good reviews and believing in a Justin Fields. He still put up numbers, man. 96 for 1364 and 8 TDs. Those are great numbers with the quarterbacks that he had to play with. Now he's got a Caleb Williams, and this feels a little low for me. I do believe that we could see DJ Moore go back where he was the wide receiver 6 last year in half PBR. I do believe he could go back. However, they added Keenan Allen. They added other weapons. They added a DeAndre Swift, and it's a rookie quarterback. How is Caleb Williams going to perform this year? I got a bet with a buddy of mine. We said 4,000 yards. Bank it on a Caleb. I said I don't see 4,000 coming from that rookie. But if I'm wrong, I got to pay the bucks. But I took the under on a 4,000 yards for Caleb Williams, which could impact this wide receiver room. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore play a very similar role in an offense. How are they going to distribute those passes? That's why I got him here at number 14. But he could absolutely still crack top 10 appeal without questioning, because his skill set is absolutely stellar. We know DJ Moore is good. Number 15, finish it off with Drake London, and I did have Nico and Michael Pittman here flirting as well. But these Atlanta Falcons, I do like it with a Kirk Cousins. If Kirk is healthy, he's going to be able to eat on this offense. Drake London could absolutely showcase the talent that he is going to be an elite talented wide receiver. Still only 22 years of age. But they had no quarterback, and he still got 69 for 905 and 2 TDs. Get this man in the end zone. Get him over the 1,000 yards. Get him over 80 receptions, and you're going to see Drake London absolutely fly up these rankings all the time, every single season. He is this dog. He is that good. 37% on the boom rate based on quarterback inconsistency, so it is a problem. But with Kirk Cousins now in the fold, I do like some Drake London, but Nico is right on his tail with a Michael Pittman as well. You got other guys like DK Metcalf, even Stephon Diggs can be creeping in this top 15 to 18 range. We'll see how it does go, but at this point, Drake London at 15 to round it out is absolutely fair, but nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments. What do you guys think of these ranks? Throw them in the comments. Am I too high, too low? How do you see it? Use some justification. Put it in the comments. Let's talk it out. But we'll see you next time. I am out.